Holla collectors, and welcome to Long's Toys. Today we are taking a look at One Step Cog Changer Airachnid from the Transformers 1 line from Hasbro. So I decided to pick this one up because I don't think Airachnid is going to be available in any other size class, at least not at the moment. We'll have to wait and see. And it's just another character. I don't even know if she's in the movie, to be quite frank. I haven't seen it yet. It's not out yet. But just another character from the Transformers 1 line that possibly might not be getting another figure. So I thought it would be fun. But yeah, comes in the open style packaging where it's really just kind of tied onto this card. And then kind of an empty little bucket down there, I guess, if anything would fall off. Taking a look at the back here. Now, it says Airachnid, but it doesn't really look like she has any kind of flight capabilities. It's just a spider form, almost looking like a drone, honestly. But we'll see how it goes. So I'm going to go ahead and get Airachnid out of the packaging here, and we'll take a closer look. So here is Airachnid out of the packaging. Like I said, not really much in terms of air. I don't see any kind of flight capability. There's no helicopter parts or anything like that. You have these two spider leg pieces that unfortunately are on really loose hinges. So when I try to get her to stand up, she just falls flat. If you can kind of tuck them under a little bit, it'll kind of work. But then as soon as you move it, it's just going to slide flat again. So that's really kind of a bummer. But you do have some nice paint here on the side for the spider eyes. But like I said, this really just looks like a drone to me. This does not look like a sentient warrior alt mode. This just looks kind of boring, if I'm being honest. Not really much going on the bottom. You do have some guns here in the front that are decently painted. Some silver there. And we'll see more of that in the robot mode. But yeah, just the fact that the legs don't even stand is kind of a bummer. And like I said, it's just really looks more like a drone than a Decepticon warrior. But we'll go ahead and we'll get into the transformation. I'll zoom out here ever so slightly. And basically all you do is you kind of grab a hold of the feet section here. And this will kind of just rotate around and then click into place. And then boom, there you are. There is Airachnid in robot mode. Unfortunately, no articulation whatsoever. I mean, technically these will still move around, I guess. So if you like them more out to the side or if you like them more pushed back, you have that option. I was honestly, all I was hoping for was that the arms would be able to swivel forward. That's really all I was looking for. But unfortunately, there's a hinge right there. And so there's just no movement whatsoever. But the head sculpt, I think, looks decent. Some nice paint applications there for the eyes and the face. You have a little bit of maroon here on the shoulder. Some like gunmetal gray here for these arm-mounted guns. But again, she can only shoot the floor by her feet because arms cannot move. The whole leg section here is very thin and sparse and just way too... I mean, she'll stand. There's no problem with that. But, I don't know, just like this is all hollow here. These are really thin. Just, I don't know, I feel like from the waist down, just very sparse and just, I don't know, boring, I guess is the word I'll use. Now how this transforms back, there's a little piece right here that you slide up. And that will kind of click into place and be primed. And you can see, I guess this is the cog, the one-step cog changer. Which is, you know, nicely painted. You have some nice blue and silver paint there. But you kind of push that in and then let go. And then she kind of transforms back. But then you have to turn her around because in robot mode, she's backwards. So it's neat, you know. I think the one-step changers for Earthspark were a little bit more successful. I just thought they were more fun, like having them fall backwards and then they'd spring around and transform. And even with them, they didn't have a ton of articulation. Some of them had almost none. Some of them you could kind of move the arms up and down like Wheeljack, but that was really more for the transformation. So I understand they can't really do much in terms of articulation for these. And like I said, I wasn't looking for much. I was really just hoping the arms would be able to swing forward, but unfortunately, no. I don't know. This is okay. It's not that exciting. You know, it's fun to kind of flip change back and forth a couple times. And it's a decent looking robot mode. And just for curiosity's sake, here's how she scales with like one of the $20 figures. So, I mean, not totally out of place, honestly. Let me There we go. So, I mean, if you're just looking for, you know, someone for these characters to fight, I feel like, honestly, in robot mode, it's not terrible. They're not the same size, but, you know, they don't scale terribly. And then if you wanted to, let me get this back up here and flip that. You know, if you want him to kind of fight off a spider, you know, it's not, again, not badly scaled. So it's not the worst, but I don't know. It's just not super exciting. I mean, this is definitely a toy where the flip change is the entire gimmick, and I get that. I do. I'm not trying to expect this to be on par with one of those $20 figures. I honestly don't remember what this cost. I want to say it's somewhere in the area of $10, if I'm not mistaken. I kind of just saw it, got excited, and grabbed it. I didn't really look at the price, but I think they're around $10, if I remember correctly. So, yeah, I mean, positives. The spring-loaded gimmick works well. I mean, this does, you know, transform pretty quickly, and I think that's kind of cool. This thing doesn't always, I don't know, this actuator thing gets stuck sometimes. Not a big deal. Still can work properly, like 99 times out of 100. So I think the flip change is cool. The little bit of paint that it does have looks nice. But these being so loose is definitely a bummer, because this just looks not great. Like, I wish that these could hold the weight. And like I said, if you tuck them under a little bit, it kind of can. But you move it around a little bit and it's going to slide down. So these being really loose is a bummer. The robot mode is decent. Again, I understand why I can't have articulation, but even just the arms being able to swivel forward would have been a nice touch. The paint applications you do get are pretty nice. I think, you know, the upper body I think looks good. I think the legs are way too thin and spindly. But if you're just buying this to have a fun, you know, flip change gimmick toy, then I think you won't be disappointed. If you're looking for a new and exciting representation of Airachnid, I don't think this is it. I definitely think this looks more like a drone, and I don't really think this looks like Airachnid all that much, especially because Airachnid, there's no helicopter, there's no flight capabilities. They're just throwing a name out there to keep the copyright. So, I mean, it's okay if you just want a fun little goofy toy, like a desk toy maybe, to flip change back and forth. As far as, you know, posing, I mean, it does scale decently with the $20 figures. So if you really just want to build out your ranks, but I don't know. Maybe if there's a sale, I don't think this is one you need, if I'm being quite honest. Unless you love this character or you just love the whole flip change gimmick. Otherwise, I think you could probably pass on this. But let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Please like, share, and subscribe. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. And as always, thanks so much for watching.